How about the Tyler Glasnow trade? The Dodgers are trading for Tyler Glasnow, giving up a couple
Thank God.
of
Thank
big
God they're going to get some talent on that team.
Well, somebody put on Twitter, are they just looking for pitchers made of glass?
$5 million now, $80 million later.
So
Freddie Freeman, by the way, has a deferred too. I went and looked at Mookie Betts' deferred. It's really nothing like it's nothing
well,
like.
he's getting paid money.
He is getting paid.
Yeah.
He is getting paid in deferred money, but it's not like Shohei's. Shohei's is crazy.
Yeah. No. $68 million deferred.
But there's three
every
players.
year.
There are now 3 players on the Dodgers with deferred money.
Yeah.
Freddie Freeman, Shohei Ohtani, and Mookie Betts. They're 3 best players.
Yeah. And it helps them. Now, they're going out and get Tyler Glasnow, but the trade is contingent on one thing, that they're able to sign Glasnow to a long-term deal, which is smart. That's what all of these trades should be. That's what it should have been with Laramie Tunsil before he came, before you gave up those 2 number ones and he had you with a gun to your head.
Right.
Right?
Well,
okay, if we can't sign him to a long-term contract, we're not consummating this deal.
That version of the Texans was dumb.
Yeah.
Bill O'Brien and
everybody, though, the Juan Soto deal. I mean, why would you give up all of that, San Diego, and not know that you're going to sign him, and then, oh, by the way, you're not signing, and then you couldn't sign him? I don't know. This hopefully, I don't know. Maybe this will be the standard now, because the Dodgers are doing a lot of stuff that'll be the standard throughout a lot of leagues.
A deal like that was like the Juan Soto deal. It was a bigger deal that ended up being such a non-deal. Like Padres fans thought, this is finally it. I mean, and they had already spent on Tatis, on Machado, and they were adding Soto. They felt like they were the Yankees.
Yeah.
They were the Yankees of the beach. And Soto ended up not winning anything for 2 years he was there, 1.5 years. They ended up having to deal him. Like, what a non-deal deal that ended up being, given up. I don't know how they made out in terms of the prospects they lost versus the prospects they brought back in. But I just don't remember. I'm sure there has been a deal like that where a guy came in under all that, and I'm sure they got him expecting him to be a long-term Padre.
Yeah.
I'm sure that was the
No,
thought.
absolutely. Absolutely they did. They were, well, at least hoping, but man, what a disaster that is. I think it's smart. You can't if I can't come to terms with him in the next couple of days on a long-term contract, then we're not doing this deal. Now, you do that with Kyle Tucker. Kyle Tucker's like, "No, I'm going to free agency." I ain't.
Well, if you don't come to terms with him, you can also deal him.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But
yeah.
But no. The Astros can trade him, sure.
Yeah.
But if I'm getting Kyle Tucker, I ain't giving up all that the Astros need to get for him. Why, like you got to take less for Kyle. You got to take less for Kyle Tucker because I don't know if I'm going to sign him.
Well, everyone else is Glasnow. This is the first time Well, it's been made public before the deal. Usually when a deal goes down, there's already been discussions behind the scenes, right?
Right, that we'll be able to do, yeah.
Anybody who trades for a Kyle Tucker is more than likely going to be the team that wants to. But if somebody wants to trade for him and they don't have a deal, that's not my business.
Well, that's the
thing. As long
thing.
as the prospects are good.
Listen, that's the thing about, if you're going to deal Kyle Tucker, you do it now with 2 years left on his deal so you can get max for him. If you deal him, mid-season in his last year of the deal, you get a lot less for him.
Well, and I've already done this before, and so have you, with Lance Berkman and Roy Oswalt. No. Yes. So let's trade them now. Too late. Yeah. All the value's gone. No one's going to want to trade. I'll be the one to say it. I don't care. I can be the villain. To me, you probably need to look at dealing Kyle Tucker if you're not going to keep him because he's got real value. There's real value there. And then people are going, no. And then if you have a bad year this year, yes, let's try and deal him. Well, I don't know. We're close. I mean, we're still within striking distance of the playoffs. I mean, you want to get as much of the run as you can, and then by next year it's too late and you've lost value. We saw it happened with Berkman, it happened with Roy Oswalt, it happened with Akeem Olajuwon, by the way. I've seen that happen with 3 players in Houston historically.
The Astros have historically not gotten anything.
Right. You wait too long and all the value is gone.
Right.
It's going to hurt a little bit to lose.
Well, and everybody's, go spend money. Well, when Bregman leaves, after this year, and you don't have a second round, or you have a fourth after the fourth round instead of after the second round, then you're going to be going, oh, wow, you got nothing for Bregman, really? Yeah, you got nothing for Bregman, really, because you wanted to spend so much money. Listen, if the Astros, everybody's like, oh, everybody's doing all these things, and the Astros ain't doing nothing. If the Astros get Fromber to pitch well, if they get Javier to pitch well, if they get Hunter Brown to pitch well, if they get Montero to pitch well, how much have they improved their team? Because none of those guys were the guys that you thought they were. But if they become the guys that you know they can be or have been in the past,
yeah.
I mean, you've really improved your team this year.
Yeah, but I would also say that the outlier is probably Montero's year because he has never had a year like that before.
Well, the year before he got paid, he did. He was good.
He was okay.
He was good.
He was okay. Oh, no, the year before. You mean the year right before he got paid? Yeah, he was good then. That year I'm saying is
that was the outlier.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That's the outlier. More than most times, the Astros had everything come together at one time. They did in 2017. They did last year. Or they did the year before last. Or I guess, year before last. A lot of things came together. Jeremy Pena's run.
Yeah.
Christian Javier's run. But that's not normal. That is.
What do you mean, guys? Playing well, really?
No, but that doesn't. No. That's not a normal thing for people to have career years multiple times.
Not career years. That is your career. That is your career.
You can't count on that. You can't count on that.
No, but
it's going to happen less times than it happens.
Well, I mean, what do you mean? Jordan is Tucker is good. You've got plenty of guys that are good.
I know the Astros are good. I'm not saying that.
I mean, why? Why can't they be good again?
No, they can be. But what I'm telling you is if you're not going to pay players, then your model is to have the best talent you can coming up that you grow your own. And the only way to do that is going to be probably to make a deal to bring in some high-level prospects. Because according to Baseball America, they don't have those Bregmans in the loop right now. We don't know who they are. There's not somebody. We always knew about Springer, Singleton, Correa, McCullers. You had these guys, Bregman, that were coming up. I don't know who the next ones are. I mean, granted.
Well, they got zero in the top 100 right now. Zero.
Right. And Drew Gilbert, we don't know how those guys are going to turn out. And maybe the Astros clearly have a better idea.
Well, apparently,
indicator of what's going on.
A bunch of teams were asking about Jacob Melton, and he was a non-starter for Dana Brown.
Okay. Well, that means that, they're very, very happy.
But he's not in the top 100 prospects in all of baseball. The Astros have zero.
I'm just saying the temporary pain of losing a player you really, really love can have long-term benefits.
Yep.
And I think it's something to consider. I've always, I'm for the long term that I like keeping these windows open a while. And I understand that Kyle Tucker, you get your one last hurrah. But I've just been through it, and so have you, and so has anyone that's followed the Rockets for a while, has followed the Houston sports for a while. We saw with Dream, they were going to offer 2 firsts for Dream, and then it turned into nothing.
Yeah.
Toronto, because they waited 1 year.
Yep.
Waited 1 year on Berkman. Waited 1 year on Roy.
Well, the Astros
everything falls.
The Astros still feel like they have an open window, I would imagine.